Hi, my name's Michael, and today I want to talk to you about The Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich by Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn. And this is probably one of the most important works of literature to come out of the Soviet era. This is something that kind of exposed what was happening with the Gulag under Stalin's rule, and it did lead Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn to go on to write the Gulag Archipelago, which is a 7-volume non-fiction book about the Gulag and the treatment of people. It was a political statement and a historical piece that helped him win the Nobel Prize. And this is an autobiographical novella that explores the day in the life of Ivan Denisovich, obviously, and it is just a day in the life. Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn was sent to the Gulag for criticizing Joseph Stalin in a personal letter, and it wasn't until after Stalin died and because he got really sick that he was released from the Gulag. He was sent to a hospital to get treatment for cancer, and another novel he wrote, The Cancer Ward, is also autobiographical, exploring his life treating cancer. But what I love about Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn is he tells a story and talks about the issues he has with the Soviet era, but he also makes a political statement, and sometimes it's disguised, and because most of his books were summer stamp, which means it was self-published and handed out to people, he was able to make a statement about Stalin's reign and about what he thought were the problems with the Soviet era. And this is really interesting. It kind of gives a new dimension in his books. It kind of gives you extra layers to dissect. And that's what I love about Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn, and that's what I love about this book. To give you an example of what I mean, there's a character in this book called Zara, and he is the person that people go to get cigarettes or luxury items they're not able to get for themselves. So this is like the black market type stuff in the Gulag. And his name is close to Tsar, which is the Russian word for Caesar. So we have this motif where the Tsar have all the luxury goods and you have to pay a huge price to get it. And this kind of works like a revolutionary statement, how people are given just the basics, but there are people that have all the luxury, all the power. And this is the reason why there was a Russian Revolution. And what I got from it is he's trying to compare Stalin to a modern Tsar, and he has the power. He gives the power and luxury to his friends and the people he trusts, while everyone else has to suffer. And Stalin's rewarding the people he trusts, and it's kind of given this paradoxical approach. We had a revolution to get away from this, but Stalin himself is bringing back the problems we had and the reason we had a revolution. And I think that's what I really got out of this book. I think it's something that really stuck with me, and I can't stop thinking about that whole approach and what Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn might have been trying to say about Stalin's reign. And I think that's what I enjoyed from the book, but there's probably more to get out of this book, and there's definitely worth reading. There's definitely a wonderful insight to Russian life during Stalin's reign and life in the Gulag. There's some themes of dehumanizing people play out through this book that I won't go into detail, but I highly recommend The Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich, and this one is translated by Ralph Parker, and this is a book that I will be reading over and over again. And I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this novella, and if you want to find me elsewhere, all my links to social media are in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching.